So has this new Apple iOS 14.5 update killed Facebook ads for e-commerce and dropshipping? Let's find that out. Hey guys, welcome to the YouTube channel. My name's Kamil, known as the Ecom King, and in today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys my opinion based on real results on how this iOS 14.5 update has affected Facebook ads for our e-commerce brands and dropshipping businesses. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm actually going to be showing you guys one of the ad accounts before the update and after the update to see if there's actually any big differences from this update, because there is a lot of videos already out there on YouTube talking about this topic, but none of them have actually given you real examples on how it's actually affected their ad results in the business manager. Once I've shown you guys the actual results, I'm also going to be showing you 3 steps that you need to take to make sure that this update doesn't really affect your business too much. I'm obviously going to be giving you guys a short breakdown of what this all means, but I don't want to get too technical because the technicals don't really matter that much. You guys just need to understand what you need to do. Has it really made a big difference, and what you need to look out for in the future. So before we actually get into the video today, make sure you grab your laptop or computer because you want to be following along with me to make sure that you're set up correctly for the new changes ahead. Also, make sure you guys show some support to the channel because I'm giving you guys free, course-worthy, transparent content. So make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment on what you want to see next on the channel. So before I actually get into showing you guys the ad account, showing you the results before the update and after the update, I want to give you a quick breakdown on what this iOS 14.5 update actually means and how it will actually affect you for those that don't understand. So iOS 14.5 is a new update that you can download on the iPhone, and what this allows people that use iPhones to do is keep their privacy and their tracking to themselves. So when you download an app now and you go onto the app, it will say, would you like to share your data with the app? And you can either opt out or you can opt in. So if people opt out, then that is going to affect the tracking that can be found on the Facebook ads and any other platform, because at the end of the day, we use a pixel or some form of tracking on advertisement platforms like Facebook, Google, and YouTube, and that tracking helps people identify custom audiences like retargeting, lookalike audiences, and just general pixel data. And if they don't opt in, then that's obviously going to occur lower data for the pixel, which generally means that the targeting that you're going to be doing is going to be a lot weaker than before. So in a quick, simple conclusion, this is just a way that Apple can allow their users now to understand when they're being tracked, when they're not being tracked, how they can opt in and out. And this is all based on the data that this will occur on pixels like Facebook, on Google ads, on YouTube ads. And if they opt out, like I said before, then it will make your targeting less powerful because you've not got that data you need to really find that audience that you're looking for. Now, if we actually take a look at some of these campaigns that have had some real significant data, because I don't want to be showing you guys campaigns that have only been running for a few days and only had a few add to carts with crazy ROAS, because that's just not fair and that's just not accurate. So I'm showing you guys campaigns right now that have been running for a while, spent quite a bit of money, and achieved some decent data like 147 add to carts. Based on those add to carts, we've got almost a 5 ROAS, which is actually pretty good for this brand because the ROAS, break-even ROAS on that campaign is about 2.5, so it's not bad at all. So as you guys can see, with the Facebook iOS update, we're still profitable, we're still making money. If we look at the next campaign, it's not doing the best, but that's just an odd campaign. And then this one here, doing pretty well again. This one here is not doing the best, but as you guys can see, if we look at something similar to this one that's got 23 add to carts, let's say this one here with 31, you can see this one's got a bigger ROAS, it's got 5.29. And if we scroll down, you can see the ones without the iOS update are fairly high. They are around about 4 upwards. So with the iOS update, we are around about the 2s to 6s. So there is a small change in the results, as you guys can see here, but it doesn't mean that we're not making money and we're not successful with ads. As you guys can see there is a small change in performance, but it isn't that drastic. So something that I've really noticed with this iOS 14 update, and this doesn't really reflect in the results, is the tracking is off by a lot. Now the ones here like this 4.96 and these 3.61s, which are after the update, they haven't tracked correctly. Now these campaigns have actually got a lot more sales than it actually shows, so it makes the ROAS a lot lower than it should be. So overall, I'm actually only seeing around about a 10 to around about 20% drop in performance at worst case scenario. And again, do bear in mind that after this update, the tracking has been a lot worse than it was before the update. So before I give you guys my quick short conclusion on this update, before I get on to the steps that you need to follow to be best prepared for this update, is the thing that we've seen the biggest difference and the biggest more kind of worst case scenario with this update has been when we've been using lookalike audiences and retargeting. To do lookalikes and retargeting, you need a lot of pixel data, you need a lot of tracking, you need a lot of customers information. And when we do lookalikes and retargeting now, they are not performing as well as they used to, and that's because it really does need to use a lot of data tracking, and that's where the iOS update has really significantly harmed the lookalikes and retargeting. Don't get me wrong, we're still using them, we're still making money, but we have seen a way bigger difference in those than we have when you use normal interest. Now let me get into the 3 steps that you must follow to make sure that you're prepared for this update so it doesn't feel that drastically different than before. So the first thing is you need to go to the events manager in the business, and what you do is you click this, you go to events manager, and the first thing that you need to do is you need to go to overview, then you need to go to where it says agreement, event, measurement, and you need to go to where it says configure web events. And then what you need to do is you want to go on here, and then what you want to do is you want to hit manage events, and you want to click edit, and then you want to make sure that you select the different events, and you want to make sure that they're in highest priority to lowest priority, because this is very, very important. Now you want the highest priority to be purchased. This is very, very important. Then you want the next one to be add to cart, then you want the next one to be initiate checkout, and then you want the next one to be add payment info, then you want the next one to be view content, and then you want it in that order. Now this is the order that I'd recommend that everybody follows if they are doing an e-commerce or dropshipping brand. Once you've done that, you want to hit submit, and then what you want to do is you want to hit confirm, and then you want to hit apply. Once you've done that, you guys have your events sorted. Now the reason why you have to do that now is because Facebook has limited you to a number of events that you can track, but these are the events that we use anyway. So even though they've stopped you from tracking everything, these are the ones that we only use anyway, so it hasn't really made that much of a difference. So there's a massive hidden gem that not many people tell you about, which is hidden within the events manager. By going to the pixel, then by going to settings, you want to scroll all the way down, and what you want to do is you want to turn advanced matching on. Now this isn't the big bonus tip. This bonus tip is where it says conversion API. This is something that not many people tell you to do, which is a massive game changer to help increase the cross-referencing on the data on the pixel. You want to make sure you choose a partner and you choose Shopify or WooCommerce, or you can manually set it up. But if you're using Shopify like I recommend, you can just by doing it through the choose a partner. Once you've done that, that is everything done. So the second thing that you need to do is verify your domain, and how you do that is you go back to the business settings in the business manager, you go to domains, and then it will show you domains on there, and then what you should show is it should show a verified domain or apply for verification, and you want to apply for the verification, and it will give you a TXT record. You want to copy that over, you want to go to Shopify, and then what you want to do is you want to go to domains under online store, and then you want to click manage under the domain name that you're currently using, and then what you want to do is you want to go to DNS settings, and then what you want to do is you want to go to add custom record, TXT record, and you want to enter what they've given you off the business manager in there. And let me show you an example of what I've done here. So as you guys can see here, I've done mine here on the TXT record, and it should show it here. So if I click edit, you guys can see exactly what I've done. I've called it Facebook domain, and then what I've done is I've just basically called it the F as the name. So if we go here, edit, you can see here I normally just put an F in there. If not, I just leave it blank. And then once you've done that, it should verify your domain name within 2 to 3 days. It can take a little bit longer. If that doesn't work, then use the custom code method, where you go into the code and you add the code in there. There is a video that shows you how to do that, but that's the way that I personally do it myself. So the third thing that you need to do is you need to make sure that you've got a purchase on your website, and this is very, very important, because if you're a brand new e-commerce store or a brand new dropshipping store, if you want to use Facebook ads and you want to use purchase as the event, which is the one that I'd recommend to start with because that's the best one to acquire customers, then you need at least one purchase on the pixel from now on. Now the best way of doing that is to install the pixel to your Shopify store. That's very easy to do, and once you've done that, you want to make sure the pixel is on there. And how you can do that is download a Chrome extension, and then it's called Facebook Pixel Helper, and it'll tell you if you've actually got a pixel installed, and you can see here it shows the pixels that have been installed. Once you've done that, what you can do is you can share the domain name of your store, and you can share it with one of your friends or even yourself. And what you can do is make the product on your website $1 or £1 and get them to buy it, or you can buy it and then refund yourself or just just wait for it to get paid back into your account, and then should show it as one purchase on your store. And then when you go into the ads manager and try and use a purchase as an event, it should work without it saying you need a purchase. Now, if that doesn't work, the other option is to basically make an ad like you would normally make an ad, and you want to run it for literally a couple of seconds. And then once you've done that, you want to edit the ad. You want to go here and you want to go on share link, and then you want to copy the link, and then you want to share it with yourself or somebody that can buy through the link. And then when you paste the link, what will happen is it will show you the preview, and then you can click show ad. And then what you guys can do is you can purchase through that link. So as you guys can see now, if I scroll through my Facebook, you can see now it's showing me that campaign, and I can click shop now and it will shop through that link. Now, if step one doesn't work, that step will definitely work, and that will get around that issue. And again, for you not to have to spend that full amount, just make sure the product is set up as £1 or $1, and then that way it should be tracked and you shouldn't have that issue going forward. So these are my final thoughts and my long-term projections on how I feel like these iOS 14.5 updates and other companies like Samsung and Huawei and Xiaomi, how they're also going to apply their own version of iOS 14 to platforms like Facebook, Google and YouTube. And my thoughts are, it's definitely going to happen. There's no way around it. There's nothing we can do. It's just going to happen. Consumers are now asking for more privacy. They want to know how they're being tracked, and companies are just going to have to enforce it. Whatever Apple does, other companies follow along with it, and Facebook's not going to be the only platform that gets hit with this. All the other major platforms are going to be hit with it. But something that you can do in the meantime is don't be so exposed to Facebook. We use TikTok, we use Twitter, we use loads of different other platforms instead of Facebook. And what we like to do now is we like to be 60 to 70% exposed to Facebook, and then we like to offload the other percent to other platforms like TikTok and other platforms like YouTube and so forth. Now, there is going to be a TikTok ads training coming out in the next few weeks, so make sure you subscribe for that. Now, in terms of the long-term effect this is going to happen is this is just going to become the new norm of how ad platforms are going to work. So in the next few months, next few potentially years, this is not even going to be known about. It's just going to be normal again, and this is just going to be the new version of how ad platforms work, and we won't really see it anymore. Now, something that's already being started to work on is people are creating softwares and tools to really help advertisers get around this. And based on your ethics, it depends on if you want to use these tools and you want to get around it, because at the end of the day, if somebody wants to stay private, you should respect that. But there are tools being made to actually get around that, so that is something else that people are doing. So for those that were panicking about this update, you've seen the results for yourself. Not much has really changed. They've not killed Facebook ads. They're not going to kill these other platforms. Relax, chill out. When you see these crazy video titles on YouTube, thumbnails, they're just trying to get your attention. You guys take a step back, have a deep breath, have a little think, do a bit of testing yourself and see if it really works, because whatever people say, you should always fact check it and make sure that it isn't what you think it is, and to really get your own thoughts on it. So if you've appreciated today's video, make sure you smash that like button and let me know what you thought of today's video in the comment section below.